fine as well. And yes, the session will be recorded. Now, as promised, how to change your name. If you go into the participant button at the bottom of the screen, your name will appear at the very top. Click the More button and then click Rename, and you will be able to change your name with your first name and your last name. And yeah, it would really help us out, so we really would appreciate it. Also, two other very cool features that we have on Zoom is the reactions button at the bottom right-hand corner. We used it last week in the warm-up and you all seemed to love it, so please keep using it this week as well. Pick out an emoji if you, I don't know, see something during the workshop that you're like, oh, love that, put a little love heart. Yeah, or if you need, if you need to raise your hand, that also has that function there in the reactions button. So yes, please use it and yeah, enjoy it. And also we have the subtitles setting on Zoom. If my Irish accent is a bit too misconstrued sometimes, particularly if I'm in front of people, it gets a bit thicker. So you can turn the subtitles on and they're in English, so it's really helpful. Yeah, or you can just see how Zoom handles an Irish accent. It's probably quite entertaining. But yes, and of course, our agenda for this week, we will start off with the learning, reflection, and recap with Matthew, our team facilitator, followed by our breakout rooms activity, which will be 30 minutes this week. We listened to your feedback last week. They're no longer 20 minutes, they'll be 30 minutes. And then we will do our alumni sharing with Idris, a former DEP participant. And then we will go over what to prepare for next week. And of course, at the end, we'll have an additional breakout session where you can all ask your questions, we will answer them, or if you just have some feedback for us that you'd like to do in person as well, you are more than welcome. So yes, get a pen and paper, write down any question that you might have and save it to the end and we will answer them all there. But first off, I will hand the floor over to the lovely Michelle, who will do a warm-up with all of you.
Hi guys, it's great to see you back here and during the workshop number 2. Just before heading into the warm-up session or game, I just want to see, I want to do a wave with you, just to see your faces pop up next to the screen. If you can, just raise your hand up like this and down so I can see your lovely faces. Everyone just do it together. Raise hand on the Zoom, yes, and lower hand so we can see the faces up and down. And it's a great wave just to see. I can see Porna, I can see Julia, Lama, Jamal, Dia, Taha, Sony. Yes, so this is a great wave just to start the session. Okay, now for the game rules, I'm gonna ask you some questions, easy questions just to get to know you more. And I'm gonna ask you just to write the answer in the chat box. You have only 15 seconds to write the answer and we'll see the answer and what answer is the best. We're gonna say them all, etc. The questions are really easy, really simple. It's about us, about our preferences, just to network a bit, just to see if there is someone who has the same interest as others, etc. So the first question would be, now you can all lower your hand and we can start. So the first question would be, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? So if you can write it in the chat for 15 seconds and then, okay, so some AD wrote read people's mind, flying, to fly, for anything I wish, to wish twice, teleportation, innovation, fly, healing, vanishing poverty. Wow, 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 amazing. Great superpowers. Read people's minds. Perfect. Can we move to the next question now, please? Okay, so if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? For me, it would be tabbouleh, but for others, I don't know. Watermelon, fish steak, egg burger, barbecue, mango, orange, wow. Fufu, I would like to know what fufu is. Kapsa, cheese bread. Okay. Oh, fufu like falafel. Okay, perfect. Tabbouleh, I have someone who loves tabbouleh as I do. Perfect. So The next question, what's the best way for you to relax after a long day? Cardio. Wow, it's a great way to relax. Gym, shower, sleeping, read, walk with my dog, chess, sleeping. I would go for sleep as well. Swimming. Excellent. Thank you, guys. And this is an easy one. What's the favorite season of the year for you? I love winter. I'm a winter person. What about you? Autumn, spring, winter. Okay, I can see that the spring is winning now. Most of them love winter, spring, I guess. Perfect. And the last question, if you could have any animal as a pet, any animal, what would it be? Okay, so we're gonna see cat, dog, tiger, dragon. Wow. A rabbit, golden fish. Okay. Indian tiger, dog, elephant. Wow. A pet as an elephant as a pet. This is really exciting to see. I want to see where you can put it in your house. Bird and fish. Excellent. Thank you guys for this. I hope you got a bit, ready for the workshop, and it's Nif again.
Amazing. Thank you, Michelle. I bet we all feel warmed up after that. I certainly do. So yeah, now we're going to do a little participant checkup, just to see how all of you have been doing with the learning materials of this week. As you can see, for week 2, we had you looking at the value proposition canvas, part 1, doing the quiz, getting ready for your business idea, filling out the assignment, putting in your all-important reflections, and yes, filling out the very important impact survey. Which is really, really important. So if you have not done that, please do so because you need it for the certificate at the end. But yeah, for now, I'm going to do a little checkup on you about how you have been doing in terms of the module learning materials and the actual content of them. So if we could go on to the next slide. Perfect. So for now, I'm going to need you to use the chat again. So if you could let me know, how well do you know your target customer according to the following 3 digits. So put number 1 in the chat if you don't know which target customer that you want to target. Number 2, if you know the target customer, but you're not sure whether it's the right one. And number 3, if you know, you're sure, you're good to go on who your target customer is. Amazing. I see lots of 3s, a couple of 2s, a couple of 1s. Those of you who are in number 1, do not worry. As I've said it to a few of you during the week who reached out and messaged me, business, entrepreneurship, the DEP, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So if you are only at number 1, that is completely fine. Those of you at number 3, well done, keep up the work. It's good to see. But yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, guys. So really, really do not worry if you see people who might have their ideas a bit further or anything, that is completely fine. And yes, the learning journey. So you have seen this last week and you've probably seen it in your DEP handbook as well. But I put it up in the screen as well for you today, just so you can have a bit of an overview of where we're at. Crazily, somehow we are at workshop 2 already. I don't really know how the time flew and we're already done module 3, which is insane to me. But yeah, it's great just to see like where you're going, what's the next thing. I know some of you might be more like visual learners or like visual people and will need to see sort of the journey mapped out visually. So that that little image is great for you to have that as well. And yeah, you can find it in the handbook if you struggle with the checklist a bit and you need it more visually, so that's there for you. As well, cookie collecting began on August 30th. Those of you who need a reminder, you can collect your cookies by posting your reflection in the Slack channel and getting people to interact with. So if people put little emojis on it, if they ask questions, if there's a bit of engagement going, then you'll be in with a chance to win the cookie points, which I will launch you to stay tuned because we will have the cookie points announcement winners at the end of this session. And we are very happy to announce that this week we're going to have 4 extra participants getting a cookie session this week, as we have more members of the team doing the sessions with us. You were probably aware of some of their faces, myself, Michelle, Fatia, Philip, but we also have Mika and Nick and Tom and Roxandra joining us. So yeah, get those reflections in, get engagement going, and you can win those points, which will be offset back to 0 every week. So yeah, if you didn't win this week, you can win next time. Also, we have our group mentorship, which will give you an opportunity if you submit your Lean Canvas assignment before the 27th of September. And if we evaluate it and think it's really strong, really solid, you will get to be in with a chance to win a mentorship session with 12 other participants with a mentor where you can ask them questions, bounce your business idea off them, and yeah, just get some extra help and extra guidance and someone to ask to answer your questions. So yes, make sure you submit your Lean Canvas to be in the opportunity to get that. What is it they say? If you aren't in it, you can't win it. So please submit it. And now I will put the floor and give the platform to the lovely Matthew, who will be doing the learning reflection recap for this week.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're all really, really well, and I'm very glad you are here. And thanks for joining us. Oh, it shouldn't have happened there. It's still not going the way I wanted to go. Sorry about this. In fact, can I ask you to take back sharing, please, Fatia? Just so I can pull out to get to the slide when I need to.
I will.
Great. Okay, so the learning reflection, this is when we spend a few minutes talking about what was in Module 3. And one of the opening lines in Module 3 was that a strong value proposition is essential for any business looking to effectively market their product or service. And this is, I just want to open the floor, see what everybody's had to say. What did you get from Module 3? What was the thing that stood out for you the most? Just raise your hand. And if you do speak, then try and be succinct. We want to give as many people a chance to say something as possible. So keep it to, let's say, 15, 20 seconds. Anybody, what did you get from Module 3? Value proposition, Lean Canvas methodology.
Who wants to share? You can just raise your hand or unmute yourself. Okay, Mary.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I got how to know what, to be able to tell why my product is different from other products, what makes it stand out.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Marie. That's
You're welcome.
Absolutely right. That's definitely one of the major parts of what we're talking about today. Taha, I hope please forgive me if I don't say your name right.
Yes, it's correct.
Go for it. What did you get?
Well, I got to know exactly what's the customer segments are, the bench gains, and the customer jobs. It's very beneficial.
Fantastic. Great. Thanks for that. Khaldun.
Hey, so I kind of enjoyed mostly the idea of collecting customer jobs and differentiating between the job funder, the job procurement managers, and it was really interesting to read the supplementary documents to get more idea about it.
Excellent, excellent. If you can say that what did it change? How did it? What was new? What did it change about your approach and the way you think? If you can add, Julia.
Yeah, I knew that the clients are the main point, the main core of the business, of successful business, and that the value proposition is connected with my aim of making business is connected with the client on purpose. So the client is on the first floor, on the first place. And then I build my business according to the pains and gains of the clients in order to help the people to have what they want and to change the world for the better.
Fantastic. Spot on. Thanks, Julia. Lama.
Well, I understand that the value proposition, what can do the best for my work and my project, and also I understand what the good proposition would be like, and I also understand how much the customer's pain can play could play a good thing into my. I cannot do it right. How their pains is good to know, so I can offer them the solution, and they can be interested more about my product.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's just have Caro and then Dia, and then we'll cap it over there.
Well, additional or apart to everything that everybody has said, I think that sometimes we have many ideas that we are always looking for to be original, but we have discovered, realized probably that it is not necessary them to be original, but how the value proposition may be designed in order to make a difference in the market. And also something that calls really my attention was the fact that the methodology of the value proposition canvas on Lean Canvas focus more on getting to know the customers or the customer segment is so important to be able to align my value proposition to the real needs of the customers. So that is really nice for me to know. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. Dia, folks, if you're not, Dia's the last person who's going to contribute right now. If you do want to add anything, please do type it into the comment section and we will read it and everyone will read it and we'll get the benefit of it, I promise. Dia.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I like the model 3 because it opened the discussion between me and my partners about the values that should be all three of us have at least we share the same values and the same thoughts about our business and how and what is new and why the customer will buy our product, not other products, etc. So yeah, I think it's it will take maybe a large part of our discussion about for our project. To agree, three of us, we are three partners, to agree about all the values that we need and the new things that we will provide.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. Great. So we're going to move into learning recap and just touch on some of the main parts of module 3. And this is before we get into your assignment. I think it's worth talking about the fact that we started off with the lean startup method, which is the approach that we're recommending, a great approach, a great way to start, a fast way to start businesses, a less cost-intensive way to start businesses that's learning-focused, customer-centric, and all of those good things, and also included a link to the Lean Startup book. And I've just forgotten who wrote it, but it was it's a very accessible book and it's very worth reading. Sometimes business books are terribly written. This one is not poorly written. It's a good book. It's well worth. Eric something is his name, but I've forgotten the rest. Then I'm sure you've all seen this. If you haven't gone through the modules, and perhaps you haven't, but you definitely do have time, this is your assignment number 1, and it relates directly to module 3. We're going to come back to this in a moment, but the assignment is so easy, it's so small and doable that you have to fill in this slide, this template. That's all. That's all. And we're going to show you how to do that in a second. So I want to start off, we'll go from there. Next slide, please. To talk about differentiation. And I forget who spoke about it right now, but one of you did speak about differentiation. And in the videos, you'll have heard that the differentiation is the beating heart It's so important. It's so vital because it's all about what makes you different from anybody else. It's important because it sets you apart from the others. Without differentiation, you may struggle. Your product or service may be perceived as a commodity, and you may struggle to attract customers. And it allows you to communicate your unique value proposition and highlight the benefits of your product or service. And for me, I always explain part of differentiation and part of this section of designing your offering, designing your brand, and designing your product, whatever stage you're at, is thinking about attraction. What will make people choose you? So maybe if you think about a bunch of attractive potential partners standing in a line, which one would you choose? If you think you're about being at the supermarket shelf, and you're looking at all of the different biscuits or coffee brands or whatever it might be, which one would you choose? What attracts you to each different brand? It's so essential in differentiation. Being different from the others is such a key part of influencing that choice so that people choose you. I'm going to go back to the value proposition canvas. So I'm going to share my screen for this bit. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. I'm so sorry, folks. There we go. All right, so this is, let's do this exercise together. And I'm going to ask you in different parts of the exercise to type into the comments what you think we should put in here. So imagine we're going back in time. We have just, we are Coca-Cola. So it's something I hope everybody can relate to. With Coca-Cola, we have a successful product called Coca-Cola. It's our only product. And we're looking to do something else. And where's the ideal place to start with value proposition is always with the customer. If you have a great understanding of your customer, you can design a product that solves a problem. You can design a product. Your product is designed, it's adapted, it's targeted, it's perfect for a specific group of people with a specific need or problem that you can solve. That's the ideal place to start. I recognize that a lot of businesses start with an idea. They start because someone's figured out a new way to do something, and that can work if you find a target market that has a problem that your offering will solve. So if you do it, starting with your consumer, you will end up with a product that has a target market because it's designed for a group of people who have a problem that you're going to help them solve. Like I say, it can go the other way around. You can start on the value proposition side, but starting with consumer has major benefits. So we're Coca-Cola. We're doing some market research, and we want to start with customer jobs. Why do people use our products or products we could make? So the first one, let's just put it in there, is that they're thirsty. Whoops, they're thirsty. Now, anybody, please type into the comments, contribute. What other customer jobs could people have? Things that they want to accomplish with our products. I'm Coca-Cola, and I want to innovate. I want to create something for other people. How about I'm hot and sweaty? Oh, no, that's not the job. It has to, sorry, it's not thirsty. It's quench the thirst. That's the job. Quench thirst.
Yes, refreshment. Someone wrote refreshment.
Perfect.
In the chat box.
So what's the refreshment would possibly, refreshment's great for a gain. It's what you get from the drink. So let's differentiate between jobs and gains. The drink is going to provide me refreshment. I want to feel better. And maybe that also points to one of our pains, which is I'm just hot and thirsty. Let's put it that way. That's one of the pains. I need a problem that needs solving. What else? What other jobs would drinks do? How about wake me up? Sometimes we drink a drink to get some energy.
To get some power. Someone said to get some power.
Energize. Beautiful.
Reduce stress.
Get some power. And then let's have the last one be relax. I've only got 3 here for each of these.
Make you happy. Yeah, relax. Exactly.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Relax. Make you happy is a gain.
Yes. Networking is a gain as well.
make you happy. Oh, share a social moment. That I would put as
Exactly.
another
Unite.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not add another one? Have a social moment. Great, that's enough. Let's talk about pains now. What are the
I have a
problems with
question.
soft
Why is
drinks?
it social moments not considered a gain but a job?
Because I'm looking for something to have a social moment around. That's why I would put it as a gain, a job. And a gain would be something that so it could be either. It could be either.
Okay.
Depends on how you want to position it and how you understand your target customer. But good question.
I
What
can
about
use
other
it to
relaxation?
gain. I can use it to create a social moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we could put it here as well because it could be in both. Or you can decide how you want to understand, not decide. You must understand your customer.
Okay.
Other
I have
pains.
the same thoughts. I have the same problem. Like I couldn't decide, is it a gain or is it a job when I was doing my work? So that's why I'm asking now. So basically I have to think as if I am the customer and put myself in place of that customer to understand whether it's a gain or a job.
Yes, yes. And the shortcut to that, I think, is a job is something you set out to do. You know, I pick up the glass in order to achieve. If that's the answer, I pick up the glass in order to achieve a social moment, then it's a job.
Okay.
If I'm not picking up the glass to achieve it, or picking up the product, or opening the letter, or opening the app to get that thing, then it's not a job. What you get from it, the benefits are gains. Is that cool?
Okay.
Great. Sorry, we have to move quick. Pains. Anybody? I've got it's fattening or unhealthy.
Yeah, someone said, yeah, unhealthy. And someone said it aids in digestion. I don't know if pain is that if someone has difficulty in digestion.
A really important thing is to note there can be lots of pains, and your product doesn't have to solve all the pains.
Exactly.
So there could be loads and loads of pains, but we're going to move on. And now we need to make sure that our product is in response to our consumer, that it solves these problems. So what do we get from this? Oh, it sounds like Coke solves most of these problems. We didn't find any unique pains that Coca-Cola doesn't solve, except for one that I can see. For me, that would be, what's the pain reliever? No sugar added. How about natural ingredients? What I actually want to create, what I'm hoping to get out of this at the end of this, when I've done this whole exercise and I've got pain relievers and I've got gain creators and I've got product and services, what I'm hoping that we're going to create together, if we had loads and loads of time and we had research, would be Coca-Cola Zero. I spotted a gap, spotted a problem. It's that people love soft drinks, but they are not good for you and they make you gain weight. I'm going to stop my sharing and ask Fatia to take it back for the rest. Sorry it was so rushed, folks. We are limited for time. Just looking in the comments, we've got, what about those who don't have a business idea? How do you do the assignments? Pick a product, I think. Perhaps, Fatia, you can answer that. If they don't have a business idea, how should they do the assignment?
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I think you can pick a product, other product, but I think within next week, for the one who don't have business ideas yet, I will reach out to you guys. Then we will have another session or extra session to help you guys brainstorming and really pick out your interest so that you can also work on with your really ideas that you are passionate about throughout the program itself.
Great. And then I just want to end off by reminding you of the concept of the value proposition statement, which is a headline, a subheadline, and a description. It's the words that you use to describe yourself in a nutshell. The headline is often it could be a slogan that really explains what you offer, who you are, what differentiates you. A subheadline or subheading goes into slightly more detail, and then all the detail in the bottom. I think you could always go back to your value proposition and your value proposition statement. Talk about why they want to do this. What are the benefits? What problems does it solve? And then how does it solve the problem? And you can get a lot of that from your value proposition statement. What is the problem? How do you solve the problem? What do you offer? Thanks very much, folks. Good luck for Module 4.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Matthew. I think everyone will agree that that was very insightful and that it really brought the module and the learning materials like alive on the screen for us, and it was very interactive. So that's really good. We're going to have more interaction now with the breakout rooms. So for today's breakout room, as I said, we listened to your feedback and they're going to be 30 minutes long this time. So you'll have lots more time to share your business idea and to discuss with your fellow peers. So there'll be 6 breakout rooms. You will be assigned randomly, and in each breakout room, there will be a facilitator with you, and you will discuss what is your customer group and what is their customer pain. Each person will get a minute to chat, and I really encourage you as well, don't just present your pain or your group. Like, interact with each other, engage with each other, bounce questions off each other, give each other feedback. We want these breakout rooms to be a discussion, to be a place where we can engage more. So yeah, I really encourage that. And if anyone does at any point feel uncomfortable in their breakout room, they can come back to the main session. I will be there. We can always discuss your pain together ourselves. Or if you just need 30 minutes, just as a little break, a little checkout, that is also completely fine. But yes, so Fatia will has all of the breakout rooms ready for you, and you will be assigned randomly to each of them, as I said. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy them and that you engage and that you get to share everything that you want to get feedback on in terms of your customer pain.
Yes. Neve, I think Wesley wants to say something.
Oh,
Wes?
yes.
Yes, just to be contribute with Naomi comments, people for who didn't have the opportunity to access the modules, when we talk about the pains from our customers, what I'm going to say about that? It's more relation with the challenge. I saw some comments here in the chat. But when go to the breakout rooms, thinking about challenges, difficulties, and risks that our potential customers currently facing when they need something. So we need to offer something that is amazing, that can collaborate for their needs. Just to complement with you, Naomi. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So you'll all be discussing that, and yeah, I hope it's very clear for everybody. But yeah, I think we're ready to go to the breakout rooms.
All right. I think I want to highlight what Wesley said. So if you don't have any business ideas or still wants to catch up with the module, that's okay. Take your time. You can always give a feedback or ask question to other people. So then that way you can learn from other people's idea, pains, and challenge. And you can apply it also to your assignments later on. I will open the breakout room, and each breakout room contains with the team facilitator's name. And then you will know which team or like which group are you today. And then I will open the breakout rooms now. Yes, please accept my invitation and join the breakout room. All right. I will stop sharing and pause the recording.
Can you share the
Yes, Wesley.
Yes, we have a lot of different kinds of ideas, and what I share with the guys before starting the meeting, it's recapping about how can needs to know about the procedure to have success in their challenge, in their idea. So just to have a recap, maybe I can share the photo here at the website also, but you have to understanding the value map that you have, the guys have already prepared with your idea, with your objectives, of your goals, but we cannot forget about understanding our customer centricity, because we're gonna sell, we're gonna give the benefits to them. So it's important to measure the pain, the gains in the challenge their needs. So my recommendation in the forward is to take a look of this methodology, because it's so important to have a guarantee of success for the idea that you have planned. Just for it, and you have lots of incredible ideas at the room.
Amazing, great. Yeah, no, I completely agree. That is something that everyone really needs to keep in mind and keep in their focus. Very true. Let's see, we can hear from a participant. Lama, you have your hand up. Will you be able to give me a synopsis of your breakout room?
Yeah, I've write it also on the chat. The break rooms are always helpful to express your idea, and it's good always when you hear yourself talking about your ideas. You say, yeah, I still have a gap here, I still have a gap there. And not only because you are expressing yourself, but also you have a feedback from other people, and you know, other challenging things that you need to focus on, and you realize that, oh, I missed that also, maybe I need to think about this more and ask about it, extra questions. And this is why I find always the break rooms perfect.
Great to hear. No, and exactly, like it's when you're talking to people and you're bouncing your idea off someone,
Yeah.
you realize things that like you didn't think yourself, you get, and you can hear insights from others. It's, yeah, that's exactly why we have them, and I'm really really glad to hear that you think so too.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
can
thank
see
you.
that many others are agreeing with us in the comments that it's good to have feedback, and yeah, it's a good strong engagement. It's a good important tool. 5 minutes more, maybe an open Q&A with the, what is that in reference to, Fatia?
Maybe we can open also like Q&A, like question and answer, if anyone have any other questions that we can address together before we jump right into address session.
Yes, so soon the address will come on to us with an alumni talk, but yeah, if anyone has any questions for us now, this is a great time that we can answer some about anything in the program. Okay, yes, Othman.
Okay, hi everyone. I wanted to ask about the customer targeting. Actually, when Matthew just started to show us his explanation for the customer segmentation, but I don't know if it's the right time about something special in that customer segment, because I wanted to ask him. We moved just for another part. There was a part in the pain. Matthew was trying to say, mentioning the pain of Coca-Cola, but I just realized that those are not the customer pain. They are like flaws in Coca-Cola. So I just get like now I feel kind of I kind of feel not matching the ideas.
I'm not. So are you saying you're a bit uncertain of what we're talking about with pains, or you've got it? Did you?
Yes.
Fantastic. So let's just reiterate that pains are, so with Coca-Cola, what's wrong with Coca-Cola? Why would the customer not use it more? Why would they choose not to use it? What are the problems that Coca-Cola users experience with the product? Or would they like to be better? Or what See, that's why we weren't designing Coca-Cola. Remember, we were seeing what Coca-Cola users need. So that would be almost an innovation approach. People who use Coca-Cola, what are their pains? Why don't they use more? Why would they choose a cup of tea instead? Well, because Coke's got too much sugar. Let's give them something without sugar. Once you understand. So, and pains are really great. I love pains because they relate to the problem. If you are solving a problem, you've got a product offering. Then it's just knowing how big the market is. If there's 1 million people with a problem, you've got a solution, you've got a business. If there's only 5 people with that problem, or the problem is not such a big problem, then you've got to think carefully about how much that problem solution is going to be worth to you. Does that help, sir?
Yeah. Thank you for clarification. Now it sounds good.
Thanks, dude.
Amazing. Okay. Does anyone else have a question? In terms of maybe even like in terms of the content or anything that maybe Matthew did in the learning reflection?
I think Boyega Hassan raised his hand. And so we saw.
I joined the first online section, and this is the second time I'm coming online. So then I just completed Mood 1 before joining this class. So I'm kind of feeling bad that I've not been following up with all the classes. So I'm just asking to know if I just want to know if it's fine that I've not meet up with all the modules. I just completed Mood 1 before joining this, and this is the second time I'm joining live and all of that. So I want to keep up with it so that I don't miss out of any other live session, and also keep up with the modules.
That is completely fine. We're all, as people have busy schedules, and our sessions are recorded. So if you are unable to attend one, you'll be able to watch the recording. And I said throughout this, the DP, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. If you take a little longer to watch something or to do something, that is completely fine. You do it to the best of your abilities in that moment. And if it takes you a bit longer, or you can't do something now, or you can't join a live, that is completely okay. Yeah. Is that okay? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I'm just kind of bothered because I want to make sure that I fulfill all the requirements to completing the program. That's why I'm asking that, and also get my certificate of completion. Yeah.
If you are able to, specifically our big thing is the assignments. So even if you take a bit longer to maybe watch a module, or you have to watch a recording, you weren't able to watch a live, that is fine. For the certificate, the assignments are the main thing. So as long as you're able to do that in your time, then you will be okay. So really don't worry. And is that all right?
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No worries. Okay, I think we have another hand raised.
Maybe one more. We saw.
Hi. I would just ask for thing. I mean, it's sometimes actually you find that actually you have like a lot of segmentation that suffer from different pain. When it comes to solution, actually, you can actually solve this thing actually by offering one solution. Here, my question actually, for communicate this pain actually to your customer to make them like actually believe on your solution. So do you need like actually to take each segmentation and create each communication to each segmentation, or actually just you need to say, okay, that is the solution, and I will communicate to my audience with one way?
I am really sorry, but my microphone cut off, so I wasn't able to hear your full question. Did any of my team members hear it, that they were able to answer?
I think I can try. I also struggled a bit with the sound, but I think, Wissal, are you saying that the different customer segments, so we need something to do with that?
No, actually, for example, for one solution, actually, you can find more than one thing, actually. For example, for my idea, actually, I am offering like enough for parents actually to find the close nannies to their home based on the requirements. So when it comes to pain, actually, I find there exists more than one pain. For example, I find that for my segmentation, there exists like a segmentation, one segmentation actually who like, for example, to have like a private time for couples. There is another thing, for example, is for working parents, especially mothers that would to build their career but don't find actually someone to take care of their children at home. And there is another thing actually is related to the security and the process of hiring here. I'm talking about Morocco. So there is a lot of things actually, but there is one solution. So communicate this things to this customer, that of course that each other is different than the other. So do you need like one process to communicate all these segments, or you should take each segmentation and work on each one?
My suggestion would be to have to do the exercise for each customer segment, because the product, even if it's the same product that you're offering, you're going to frame it and communicate it, just like you said, in a different way. Yes. So I'd do the exercise for each major customer segment that you have. And you may reach the conclusion that you have to have different communication channels, different communication messages. And a great example of that is something like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, sorry, I don't know if it's a great example of where I come from, has so many different products and different adverts to reach different kinds of customers. It's not one product for all people. They can all different. Hopefully that helps. Otherwise, if it doesn't, maybe put your question in writing on Slack, and I'm sure we can all have a go.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I know we have a few other hands, but if it would be okay if we could leave those hands for the Q&A at the very end, because yeah, we need to move on to the next part, which is the alumni talk with Idris, which is going to be led by Fatia. So yeah, Fatia, I give you the floor.
Thanks, Neve. I think I saw Address actually here. Hi, Address. Can you turn on your camera?
Hello there.
Hello, nice to see you. Can you hear me well?
Yes, of course.
Can everyone hear Address?
Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you, yes.
Amazing. How are you, Address?
I'm good.
I'm so happy to see you. Maybe for starters, that you can introduce a little bit yourself. Yes, please.
So my name is Idris Aklan. I have been in DEB just like you. I'm one of you guys, and finished DEB and Fraud Incubator FI, and I have been alumni. You could see my LinkedIn, Idris Aklan. If you Google me, Idris Aklan, maybe Fatia would give you my LinkedIn there in the chat, or you could just Google Idris Aklan. You will find me there. That's it. I have a product with natural cosmetic creams. Should I introduce further, Fatia? Or
yes, and also your background as a pharmacist.
Yes, I am a pharmacist. I've studied toxicology, cosmology, and pharmacology with this kind of things. Basically, natural things, herbal things like pharmacognosy, these kind of things, and formulations, and etc.
Nice. So Address also alumni of Forward Incubator, where he got a chance to test the business idea from DEP to Forward Incubator and get a team also to test the business idea. I think what will be very interested within this conversation is that you are now in Yemen, right, Idris? But then back in the Forward Incubator, you test the idea and you build your MVP with your team in Amsterdam and try to like meet the customer in Amsterdam. So I think that experience might really benefit for everyone's here, especially if you feel like you have very much limitation in terms of like where you are right now. But before that, I want you to tell us about what exactly the problem does your product solve, address.
Well, mainly a lot of cosmetics. It's like 90%, 60% of cosmetics are either industrial or has kind of small portion of toxic things. Like if you have a cosmetic, for example, creams or gels, you have to put some formula that hold that cream. to prepare that cream, you have to give an industrial matter kind of things. This is destroying the environment and the problem itself. Like you want to solve a skin problem that you have, or women have darkened skin or these kind of things. It will be solved in a short term, but in the longer term, it will maybe deteriorate your skin. And the main thing, the environment. What about the environment? Do we care about ourselves just in the short term? This is the main problem that my product solves.
I see. So you see, like in the market, there are a lot of like cream to heal the skin, but then at the end of the day, it's kind of short-term solution of the skin. In the long term, it might damage the skin, and then that's why you offer your cream that you formulate by yourself, basically to heal the skin.
Yes. Moreover, sorry to interrupt, Fatia. Moreover, my idea as well is combining these natural things, because I prepare different kind of formulas with different kind of natural things. Maybe I can change the vanilla to peachy smell, these creams, these kind of things. I combine two natural ingredients, or three natural ingredients, or four natural ingredients, like aloe vera, like vitamin C, like another three, like jojoba, and these kind of things, to give an effect that overpowers these industrial cosmetics and these industrial lotions and creams. Do you see the passionate and this new thing?
Interesting. Address. Today we talk a lot about target customers. So I'm very much curious then, who exactly your target customer, and then how exactly you find this target customer.
Yes, this is the most important thing, Fatia, because in a value proposition, you have to get this target customers and you have to talk to these customers. And the most important thing, that you need to go as narrow as possible when you choosing your target customer. For me, I first of all told my team to go to all women's, because my natural don't specify some target customer. And my coach told me, no, Idris, you have to be specific. Therefore, I told him, well, my cream is very cheap because I prepare it myself in the kitchen, maybe with manually. He said, well, it will be, if it is cheap, why don't we go with the students? Well, another student facilitator in my team said, you have to specify these students. I told them the age must be from 18 to 13 in the campus. These women that cannot pay for different kind of cosmetics, different kinds of creams, they have little amount of money, and we specify the target customers from 18 age of 18 until 13 in the campus of universities. We have to go to our student consultant goes to their friends and told them about the cream, what they think, and we took the feedback. This is the important thing. You have to get the MVP as a DB. You have to get the MVP and start distributing and taking feedback.
That's very interesting.
I hope that
learning address, because then at the beginning your target group very broad, it's just women, but then you need to specify it, because indeed we just had a discussion as well within the breakout room that it's very nice for you to have like a very niche target group. Therefore you can really like pinpoint exact problem that you have, right? And then you start by asking question, go out there and really like get understanding who exactly your target group, and then you create MVP, and then that's where also you kind of like gather data whether the product is fits or not. So I think from here, the learning is that getting to know your customer is not a really like one go or straight line journey. It's sometimes back and forth between your draft and then your MVP and then getting data and then ask questions and get feedback and then get back again to your concept, whether it's still fit or not. Address, last questions. Do you have any tips for participants here? Because here in a DEP, as you also already experienced, is a starting place for people to ideate and also think whether this is idea that they want to pursue.
Yes, I have 4 tips. These tips are not from me, actually. They are from those people who are above me, actually, in the entrepreneur journey. For example, Laura told me networking is networking. You have to broaden your networking, start building your LinkedIn, and connect with a lot of people. This is the first step. The second tip was from Yusuf, from Nisreen, from Darina, those in the previous DEP. They told me, create your own community. Those with the same product. If you have a product, just create your community with those who with the same product as you. Or if you have a platform, try to connect with them and be a lot of, it doesn't matter one session in one group, just be maybe 2 days a week, do your own community. The third tip from Khadija told me, do your MVP. Idris, do your MVP. She told me, I made a paper and a powder of my product and distributed already. Do it, she said. This is Khadija. And lastly, Naranjana told me, always be excited, eager to learn, and don't be afraid of changes, because as an entrepreneur, you will have to pivot a lot. You will have to change a lot of your ideas, your business idea. Don't be destroyed or stuck in some place. Just change. This is the environment that you have. I hope that helps you all. Thank you very much, Fatia.
Thanks, Idris. Thank you so much. I think those are tips that very fundamental for us to also and the last, like from Niranjana was a FI manager, a forward incubator manager, that she also mentioned that be excited about your learning journey. I think that's a very, very nice. And I think I want to take 2 questions. Is there any questions? Oh, there is questions from Othman. Do you consider, the second, do you consider competitors in your community?
Yes, actually, that is the biggest challenge for me. Yes, if you have a product, probably there is a lot of people before you have the same product and they are already selling a lot of it and making profit. How would you compete with that things? Because you are as 1 or a 0 and they are making a lot of thousands. What does differentiate between you and them? This is the biggest challenge, and they have a lot of competitors. Like it's not just they are huge companies like Dojos, and this is in the Netherlands. But here we have Bassam. We have actually I have tested my MVP in Yemen and in Netherlands, and to see what will happen in different societies. Here we have Bassam, we have the company of Saba, we have the company of Abdul Alim, and in the Netherlands we have Douglas, etc.
I see. So indeed, like the competition between even like within the community itself is something that you cannot really avoid it. But what I learned also from your point is that to embrace it and really know like what is exactly your value proposition, your uniqueness, so that indeed there always competition, but then the competition is something that you are aware of. I think I want to take one of the questions from people who raised their hand. One more from Lama.
Hello, Idris, and really nice to meet you. It is funny that we were speaking about the same probably project in the break rooms. And yeah, I want to ask you, what do you need to initiate your job? And is there any specific certificates, papers that you need in Netherlands, or legal things that maybe you need to tell? And yeah, I find your project very nice one. Actually, I was thinking something same with different things a little bit, but yeah, I wish you good luck and success.
Thanks, Lama. I will also share Idris' LinkedIn on the Slack so that you can also get connected with Idris. So I think the question is there any certificates or anything regarding paperwork, legal, that you need to prepare in order to test your product?
Yes, nice to meet you as well. Likewise, Lama, and thank you for the good wishing. There is certificates, and these certificates differentiate between if you have an oily product or a watery product, an aqueous product, or you have cream or gel. These certificates could take months to years. If you have, for example, Ola has 2 years taking these certificates to launch her product. But at the first, if you have an MVP, it's okay if you sell. But if you have to go to retailers, you have to get the certificate, and these certificates depends on your product. Thank you.
I see. So I think you need to really check as well where you are and what are the certificates that you need to launch. But I think also there are some other things that you need to prepare before that, which is really get understanding of what exactly the problem that you want to solve and the target market. Because along the way you do all the certification or legalization, that at least you know that there will be like group of people that really interested in your product. All right, Idris, thank you so much once again for your time. I wish you a good luck and I see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And now over to you again, Eve.
Yeah, thank you, Fatia. Would you be able to share the slides for me? I think everyone will agree that that was very insightful, and I think as well, specifically Idris's tips on pivoting, on dealing with change. You know, it's something that will happen in an entrepreneurial journey. Hurdles will come. I really hope that we don't have any hurdles this week in preparing for the next workshop. But just so you know what's to come, so you are aware of everything. For this week, we'll really want you to watch the Module 4, Value Proposition Canvas Part 2. We want you to do and pass the Module 4 quiz. We want you to finalize your assignment 1, your Value Proposition Canvas, and do your assignment 2, Value Proposition Statement, as well as, very importantly, putting in your reflection into the reflection channel on Slack about your insights and your takeaways from this week's module. To get your cookie points. And as well, very excitedly, please everyone after the session check your Slack, because we have assigned you to your team. You now have your official team facilitator. You were all divided up regarding the specific industry that you're working in. So it's really important that team you're in, what group you have, and that you're in the correct industry. So if you have been assigned to my team, food and beverages, just make sure that your business idea is in the realm of food and beverages. And if not, we will be able to rejig you around and make sure that you're in the correct one. So it's very exciting.
And to add to that, Neve, specifically for my group is a group where people still exploring the business ideas or not really can decide which idea that they want to pursue. So if you feel like you already assigned in the group outside my group, but you feel like, oh, actually, I'm not really sure about my idea, please reach out to me so that I can move also you to my team, where we can explore more about business idea, and the focus is more about ideation.
Yes, yeah, very important. And as well,
how can we know which subject for each facilitator?
On your Slack, go onto your Slack and you will see that you have been assigned into a specific channel and you'll see where your team is.
Yes, I know, but like the topic of this channel, I mean,
it's in the name. So yeah.
Okay, my bad. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Perfect. And as well, very excitedly, next week we have another guest speaker with us. We have Vergris, who is the general manager of Europe S2 Kupo, and he is an FI Forward Incubator coach, which is one of the programs in Forward after the DEP. So yeah, do some research on him if you want to get some pre-questions going, and I hope you're all very excited about that. And very excitedly, next week after the workshop, we will have a little networking session at the end. So, you can get to know each other a bit more. You can get chatting more about your ideas, get feedback, get questions, get connecting. Because yeah, as we have said throughout this session, networking is a very important part of entrepreneurship of business. So you will have an opportunity at the end of next week's workshop to do so. So that's very exciting. And very excitedly, we have our cookie winners of the week. We have Abdu, Enith, Saad, Khaldun, Olga, Tahin, and Julia, which is one of our 7 winners for our cookie sessions this week. And as I said at the start of the session, we have a little bonus this week. We have 4 other members that will be doing sessions with us. So Stella, Christina, Hassan, and Evgeny. You will have some cookie sessions as well. You all got selected for having good, engaging reflections this week. So yeah, look forward to having your cookie sessions during the week. We will be in touch about when they are. So anyone who did not get selected this week, remember, you go back to ground 0 next week. So you will be in it with a chance to win. If you won previously, you cannot win the next one. So yeah, very excited. And as well, feedback survey, really, really important. We really value your feedback, and we really want you to send in your feedback, scan the QR code, also follow the link that will be sent into the chat, and give us any feedback, any questions, any input, good, bad, stuff that we should continue, stuff we should improve upon. We want to hear it all, from the program as a whole to workshops to the content, the breakout sessions, anything. Please do so. It's really, really important, and we really do take it very seriously, and we read every single comment and look at every single statistic. So please do so. And I think
maybe we can give like 2 minutes for people to fill out the feedback survey, Neve.
Yeah. So it will be on your screen for a bit longer. And
maybe Michelle or Philip, would you please share as well on the chat the link?
So yeah, the link will come up. Yeah, there we have it, guys. So yeah, take some time to fill out the survey. Anything that pops into your mind about anything at all. Change, like anything good, bad, improvements. Please, maybe you want us to continue something from any week, any module, or the program in general. So yeah, we really, really value it, and we really look forward to reading them as well. Okay, right. So next up, we will have, as promised, a little time for some questions. I know there was a few hands during the session that didn't get answered. So myself and the rest of the team will do our best to answer them. So if anyone at all has a question about anything, today's workshop, next week, or any of the modules, or just any administrative questions or queries, please raise your hand. Taha, you have a question?
Yeah, in the last question of the one that you have mentioned for the what is it, the survey, let's say, you said that would you recommend this deck to another people? Yeah, it would be, but is it possible that they can join again, or not possible because they have lost 2 workshops, for example?
I mean, this cohort, but we will have a winter cohort coming in a few months, so they'll be able to join then. So yeah, It's in regards to if you'd recommend them for another cohort group.
Not this one.
Not this one, no.
Okay.
Julia?
Yeah, I have a question concerning legal business here, because I'm trying to know how it is possible to legalize the idea and the business here for Ukrainians. And I know that there are some restrictions. Well, it's allowed to do business, but they need something from the clients, like the contract that well, in general, there are some restrictions for opening business for Ukrainians. And for me, the main question now, how can I legalize my idea and to start business here in Netherlands? Because I want to start it here, and I want to know the questions, the answers, and the well, to make it smooth in a legal way, but I don't know how to do it, or maybe to find a lawyer, or to find someone or a company who can help in that. Or maybe there is a special program for newcomers who help to legalize with the startups or with the business here. So for me now, it's I think the main question, how to legalize my idea here in Netherlands. Maybe you can help in some way.
I want to get the best answer for you, Julia, and I think maybe Fatia might be the best one to answer that question, just so we get the best information to you.
Thanks, Neve. So in general, there are indeed like supplement learning materials for legal form business in the Netherlands that you can take a look at it as a base, because indeed each case might have different type of like needs as well. But at least I will reshare again on Slack so that everyone's here, especially people living in the Netherlands, will be informed about that, what are exactly or where to start. But I will take a look at specific in your case, and I will get back to you, because indeed I think we had several cases as well, entrepreneurs coming from Ukraine want to set up a business, and there are several challenges as well. And let me check what happened and then what exactly that
yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Julia.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for us, or a feedback maybe, or anything?
Yeah, there is Tahani.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question regarding regulations for some businesses, because I was having looking for in the KVK what are the regulations if someone, like for example, to say like in the food industry. So what kind of the regulation should I take it in consideration, so then I can looking if the business is feasible or not. So is it like, do you have like documents or something that could help us to know the regulations for different kind of the industries or the businesses ideas?
That's a good idea. Actually, we do have those like kind of information, but of course like separated around here and there. And I think that gives me ideas to compile it so that we can also share with you in a more comprehensive way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Tahani.
Perfect. Okay. I think, Julia, that might be an old hand. But no worries, no worries. Anyone else have a question? We have a couple of more minutes.
There is a question in the chat. Maybe Fatia Idris can share again the tips that he shared with us, because some of the tips weren't very, we didn't catch them. So just because there is so many questions about the tips, they are very insightful. So maybe we can share them again on the Slack channel.
Yes, definitely. We will do that. Christina, you have a hand?
Yes, thank you. Maybe I've missed that. Maybe you said already, but you mentioned that we were put in the groups, we were assigned to the groups, and what's our role there? Will we get instructions for it? Can you maybe talk more about it a little bit?
Yes.
And I'm sorry if I missed that.
No, of course. So yes, the groups that you're assigned to on Slack, you each are given a team facilitator. So for example, myself, Niamh, I am in charge of food and beverages. And within that, within those groups, they will become who you have your breakout groups with, number one. So you'll have more sort of structured breakout groups, one specific team facilitator in the same group. Also, we will chat throughout the week on Slack. If you have any questions or queries during the week, your relevant team facilitator will help you. So yeah, these teams just kind of give more structure to the program as a whole and allow you to have a platform where you a relevant business that is this industry that is the same as yours. So for example, if you had a food business, you would be put into my group and I would be able to cater and help you for your specific industry in terms of any questions you might have and in the breakout groups every week.
Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much. That will be so helpful. Thank you.
Okay. I think I don't see any other questions. But if at any stage during the week or after the session, anyone has any questions, drop us a message on Slack and we will be here to answer them. I think we have someone not being able to find their Slack group. But we will be Marina, I will write your name down and I will follow you up and I'll make sure that you have that you are assigned to a group. And for you to double check, it should be next to all of the rest of your channels, but I will write your name down and ensure that you are in one. And I will be able to show you where it is. Perfect. Okay, well, I think that is all of the questions and that is it for today. And I really thank all of you for coming and for joining with us, particularly with this amazing weather outside and being able to stay inside with us and on our screens. We really, really value it. And thank you for being very attentive and for engaging. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Enjoy the good weather and a really good rest of your week. And we're here if you have any questions, queries, or anything.
See you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Niamh. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Nice weekend.
See you next week. Bye.